Shalom, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless you all. I just want to show you a little progress in the garden, and I am just excited. Now, every single morning, I'm not going to lie, every single morning these plants look dead because it is so hot out here, and I feel like you have to water them extra. So every single morning I wake up and then I just water the roots, because in the morning I should have done it before, but in the morning everything is drooping. Everything is like looking dead and dry and withered. So I go ahead and I water the roots every single morning. I finally got some onions growing. They look scrawny, but hey, something is growing, so I'm gonna just keep it going. This is where I originally tried to grow spinach, and then I was told that it was too hot to try and grow spinach, so I mended that little area and put some new seeds. I put some onion seeds. And remember the little plants that were dying? Look, they sprout out some orange ones. And I don't know what this one, I think this one is going to be an orange zinnia. But I love these plants. And look, there's a little one back here. And I don't know if it helps. And I don't know if, because I'm new to gardening, this is trial and error for us. But what I'm noticing when we crowd plant, it's kind of helping out the other plants. Like the plants that can't deal with too much sun. The other plants, like our little bean plant in the middle, is helping to provide shade. And I think that's why this bed is doing so well, because they're kind of like helping each other when it comes to the shade. Like our flowers used to be burnt out every single, like every time we would try the flowers, they'll get burnt out. But because we've been watering them extra, and then they're getting shade from the taller plants, they're lasting much longer and they're blooming better. So I don't know if crowd planting helps, but this is something new that we're trying, and it looks like it's helping, because this flower bed, I feel like anything that we put in this bed, it thrives. It's growing. Over here we have the sweet potato plant. I'm not sure when to check to see if they're ready. Right now I'm just enjoying this vine. So I don't know when it's going to be ready. And then we have some more marigolds that opened this morning. I cut off the ones that were dried out. They were like this. Look, I missed one. But I took them off because, again, one of our knowledgeable sisters was like, trim away anything that's dead, because it's taking away from the nutrients, and is making the plant work harder, because it's trying to give water to all of it. So you want to trim around anything that looks dead. I left this one alone because I think it might bounce back. If not, I'm going to trim that off as well. And then over here, the watermelon is doing so lovely. We trimmed it the other day, and I kid you not, we trimmed it the other day and made it smaller. And within a day or two, this thing grew again. Like, this thing is growing like a wildflower. And then we have over here, let me see if I can get it a good angle. Where is it? Oh, down here. I don't know if you guys can see, but we have a little watermelon that is trying to come in. My camera won't focus, but it's trying to come in. And I'm in this group about gardening, so they were like, make sure that it has a male flower next to it. And I'm learning so much, because there's male flowers and then there's female flowers. The female flowers will be the one that sprout with a little fruit behind the flower. So I was on this group, and it was like, you need to make sure you put a male flower next to it. So I found, I found the male flower, and I put it right next to that female flower. So when that female flower bloom, I can shake the pollinator to kind of self-pollinate the flowers. So that's exciting to see. And let me walk on over here. I feel like something's in my socks. Hold on. Okay. Over here is our pepper plant, which is growing. I don't know if you guys can see from the last time. They have grown tremendously. Now, I saw a YouTube that talk about topping off the plant, where you cut it off at the top so that it can grow like wider. So I'm going to, before I try it, if anyone knows about it, let me know, because I heard it helps produce more fruits and everything by topping off the plant. So I'm going to find some more information about it before I do that. But that's the little pepper bin. And then my flowers that I'm growing from seed are coming in nicely. I don't have a flower yet, but the leaves and foliage are coming in. And I don't mind anything green, I love. So I'm okay with this. Then over here, our cucumber has come up, and this little baby sprouted the other day. I had planted 3, and I didn't think this one was going to come up because everything was sprouting and this one wasn't, but I still put it in the soil, and here it is coming up right there. And then this is a cantaloupe that we planted back there. My husband, my lord, is going to put a trellis so that when this gets bigger, we can trail it up, which is why I put a cantaloupe on this side and a cantaloupe over here so we can trail it at the edge. And back here we have, this is the Black Beauty eggplant. Now this is the eggplant that I'm familiar with from my culture. This is the one that you would more than likely see in the store, the really long eggplants. So I grew both of these, there's 2. I grew both of them from seed, and they're doing very well. I've been pruning off the leaves, and every time I prune off a leaf, a new one comes in. So don't be afraid to trim your plants or prune your plants, because it actually helps with the progress of the plant. That's what I'm noticing. Before, I didn't want to cut anything. I'm like, oh no, it's growing, leave it alone. But no, you have to take off, like you could look and see which one is a weaker leaf or whatnot, and then trim that off, and it really helps with the growth of your plant. And these are my salvia flowers. Now they are struggling a little because it's really hot. Like here in Texas, it's really hot this summer, and I feel like everything that loves sun is struggling. Now these are, I love zinnias. I think these are like my favorite flowers. Zinnias and marigolds are my favorite, and then I love sunflowers. But these, I got them dead, as you can see. They were on the Walmart rack and they were dead. And then I asked the guy, because he was putting everything on the rack, and I'm like, oh, can we still buy these? And he's like, well, normally I guess they inventory them out. I don't know what they do. And then the company comes and pick them up. So I was like, let me take a few, because some of them still had green on it. And then I took a few, came home, cleaned them up. And then look, they are sprouting flowers. So never give up on the little brownies when they're dying off, because you can always take this off, and then a new bud, in this case, like right here, a new bud will form, and then you have nice flowers. Over here, I planted one collard because I wanted to see how it would do in this space. So I planted this one collard, and you see this little leaf? I'm going to just go ahead and take it off, because that's the weaker link, and let all the nutrient go to these 2. So this is our little collard that we planted. It hasn't grown as much since we transplanted, but it's still green and it's still doing well. So I'm going to give it some time. And this is the other cantaloupe back here that's doing very well. And over here we have a baby tomato tree. This one is kind of struggling, but we pruned it a little bit and we moved it because we felt that where it was on the other side, we have the automatic sprinkler system that comes on. Yes? Okay, I'm coming. Close the door. We have the automatic sprinklers that comes on, and I think it was getting too much water. So we moved it over here. And then over here is our mini eggplant, which is doing very well. We have 2 of them. That's doing very well. And then on this corner over here, we have our green peppers that are, no matter how many times I take off the fruit, a new one comes on, and now they're coming bigger. So I'm thinking about doing that topping off the top thing. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'll be back with you all shortly. Shalom.